Good morning, students. Welcome back. Kindly note, after lesson number 3, Animal Shelter, we will be doing lesson number 5, Understanding Time. Lesson number 4, Maps and Direction, we shall do it later. Before I start with today's class, I want you all to view this small video.
Time is precious, and once it is past, no one can get it back. Sid has a lot of homework today and a test tomorrow. But instead of finishing his work, he goes to play with his friends, watches TV, and then at night, when he sits down to do his homework, he realizes that he has to do a lot and regrets wasting the entire evening.
So, dear children, what do you learn from this story? Correct. You should always do your work on time. Time waits for no man. It keeps going. So now let's start with lesson number 5, Understanding Time. Time, time, time. We have heard this word very often, didn't we? So, what do you exactly mean by the word time? Time is a period when something happens or when an event takes place. There are certain rules of time. Number 1, time cannot be stopped. Number 2, time cannot be slowed down. Number 3, it can only go forward. For our daily work and our convenience, we have divided time into various parts. But time has mainly 3 parts: past, present, and future. What is past? What is gone by, or the things that have already taken place, are known as past time. Past always trails behind. That is, it is left behind. Words such as yesterday, sometimes ago, last week represent past. What is present? What is going on, or the things happening right now and are continuous, are known as present time. Present keeps constantly changing. Words such as today, in a while, this week represent present. What is future? What is yet to happen, or things that has still not taken place, are known as future time. Future always lies ahead. Words such as tomorrow, after some time, next week represent future. Let me explain this concept with some examples. Yesterday, I read a story book. Today is my birthday. Tomorrow, we shall go for a picnic. So, all these words, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, represents the events that has taken place in past, present, and future time. Similarly, if I ask you which standard were you in last year, you all will tell me immediately, teacher, I was in second standard, isn't it? Right. Now this year, which standard are you all children? Third standard. And after being promoted from third standard, you will go to fourth standard. So, last year you were in second standard, that is your past time. This year you are in third standard, this is your present time. Next year, you will go to 4th standard. That will be your future time, isn't it? So, with all these examples, we can conclude that time keeps changing constantly and moves on. It does not wait for anyone. So, it sends us a message that lost time never comes back. Future is unpredictable. No one knows what is going to happen tomorrow. So we should always live in present and value the time. Time can be well understood by various means such as school timetable, calendar, clock, etc. I hope you all have seen a class timetable in your class, didn't you? Yes. What does it shows? It shows the number of periods, time allotted for each period, days of the week, and the various subjects that is to be done in that particular way. And why is it used? It is used to place proper subject at proper period and show exactly what is to be done at a particular time. Children, this is your EVS period, isn't it? And we are learning today EVS lesson number 5. Now, if I ask you which is your next period, that is Monday, which subject you all will be learning, you will immediately look at your school timetable and tell me, teacher, it is English. Yes or no? Yes. Similarly, you must have even observed a calendar. What does it shows? It shows the dates, day, month of a year. The number in a calendar indicates the dates of a month. Sunday to Saturday indicates the week of a month. January to December indicates the months of a year. Now tell me, which month is this? Right, it is August. And which year, children? 2020, that is 2020. So now if I ask you which is the next month, you will immediately turn the page of the present month to have a look at the next month, isn't it? Yes. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. What is it, children? Right, it is a clock. A clock tells us the time. If someone asks you what's the time, you will immediately look at your watch or a clock to tell the time. Isn't it? So all these are the means to understand time. We all must have heard stories about our freedom struggle from our grandparents and parents, didn't we? What does this story tell us? It tells us about the events that took place in the past. So, what is it? It is history. History means the past events of our life. Similarly, you must have also visited some of the historical places like Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Ajanta and Ellora caves. And what do you come to know by visiting these places? By visiting these places, we come to know the history of that particular place and also some important facts or information related to that place. Today, when we dig the foundation to construct a building, we come across gold, old coins, statues and shards of pottery of the past deep inside this soil. The study of these ancient things are known as archaeology. It helps us to understand various events of our past. And children, do you know who studies these ancient things? What is that person known as? He is known as an archaeologist. Yes. Now let us see in detail about coins, statue and shards of pottery. The coins were made of gold, silver, alloy and copper, and it had legends or simple marks, face of king and queen, battle scenes engraved on them. A statue is a way of representing a thought. Shards of pottery. What do you mean by shards? Shards means a broken piece of metal, glass or stone. And these pottery were used for cooking, serving or were used also as plates. Can you identify and name these pictures? Correct. These are computers, mobile phone, TV, radio. Yes. And what are these known as? These are our means of communication. These means help us to communicate with our near and dear ones who are far away from us, isn't it? But do you know, newspapers are one of the oldest means of communication. Even today, it serves as an important means. If you have been given certain projects, you can always refer to the old newspaper to get information about the topic provided to you. So it's well said. Yesterday's newspaper becomes an important means of communication today. So all these were the means to understand time. Now let's have a quick recap of what we have learned in today's class. Time has three parts: past, present and future. Time keeps changing. School timetable, calendar, clock, historical monuments are some of the examples or means to understand time. Children, only this much we are going to do today. The next part of this lesson will be done in the next class. Till then, please read the lesson till where I have taught you all. Have a nice day. Thank you.